Hi guys, this is Direk Khanijou and welcome to my podcast. My birthday is coming up in a couple of days. The best present you can give me is to subscribe to my podcast on YouTube and Spotify. So go ahead and do that right now. In last week's episode, I mentioned that I was reading The Smartest Guys in the Room, which is about the rise and fall of Enron. And anytime you see something as extreme as Enron, you want to try to understand why it happened. One of the things that Enron did was that it promised investors that its earnings per share would grow at 15% per year. By making a public commitment like that, the company in effect trapped itself. A big part of the compensation of Enron's executives was tied up in stock options. This meant that management had every reason to deliver on the 15% annual growth and drive the stock price up. With so much money riding on reported numbers, human nature kicked in and the company turned to more and more aggressive accounting tactics. One of the ways Enron managed its earnings was through mark-to-market accounting. For example, under conventional accounting, when you sign a long-term contract, you book the revenues and profits that flow from the contract as they come through the door. But under mark-to-market, Enron was able to book the entire estimated value of that contract when it was signed. And it was Enron who came up with the assumptions to estimate the value of these long-term contracts. Another example was in its compensation structure at Enron International. In this business, Enron built power plants around the world. The person who ran this division was Rebecca Mark. The problem was that she and her developers were paid bonuses upfront based on the estimated value of the projects. It did not matter if the project was a dud. This system encouraged developers to make up rosy projections and do lots of deals. My advice to you is that whenever you see a company whose accounting you think is weak or suspicious, stay away from it. Be very skeptical of companies with perverse incentives, or when they use made-up metrics, or has lots of related party transactions, or is hell-bent on issuing shares, or is overly promotional, or is promising things that appeal to people. That's all for today. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you so much for listening.